Me mateys. Legend has it that listeners would rather walk the plank than miss out on the Pirates Parley. A weekly tale filled with truly terrifying talks. You're listening to the Pirates Parley, a show born from a life of enjoying the ocean, pirates, gaming, and rum.
Test. It's working. How's it going, boys? Welcome back to another episode of the Pirates Parley. We weren't here last week. I was slacking. I was off in the Scottish Highlands doing things and filming and stuff. But we're back, Earl. Welcome back, man. Thank you so much for joining me again. Episode number 4, I think, at this point. We're number 4. Yeah, we're going. What's up? How you been, man?
Good. How about you, Captain?
All good, thank you. Tank coming in with some bits early on. Thanks so much, man. Welcome in, boys. Roger, Lev, Bog. Oh, you're in chat as well. Welcome, man. Shaka. Yeah. How? I mean, I haven't actually spoken to you. I caught up briefly with you in the last few days, but before I've been terrible with keeping up with everyone. I can see the boys on Discord now. I was talking to you before we jumped on. Like, it's been a busy week, man. Like, what have you been doing? What's new in the world of Earl, man?
I've just been preparing for something huge that's gonna be coming up on my stream soon. It's like I've always had a dream that I wanted to turn my stream into a show, and I've kind of been doing that in the background, and the process is going so slow. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stop streaming right now and use this next week or couple weeks to actually do this. Sit down, finally finish this, practice, rehearse, and just get it ready to be shown instead of slacking up, you know. So, or doing it slowly in the background.
Is it kind of too much to do streaming and building at the same time? It
is.
Yeah.
Because there's so many technical stuff that you need to do on Streamlabs, and then your Stream Deck, and then getting the stuff ready, like graphics and stuff, music, graphics, full production. Because I'm doing an actual full production show for what I'm trying to do. So yeah. That's basically what's happening.
I can see the boys saying turn you up. You are on 150% on Discord. Come to me. Have you turned your settings down a little bit, or are you normal?
I'm actually normal. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same.
Well, you're at 200%, so don't scream at me. No, it should be better. You're as high as you can on stream, and you're as high as you can on Discord. So if you can boost at your end, please do. If not, you're gonna have to roll with what it is, boys. There we go.
Is it still low? Hello?
Not on your level. We know Earl's not on my level. Come on, you don't have to point that out.
I can't think of anything to actually make my voice higher. Everything is 100%.
It is what it is. We've been offline for a week, so if things have broken, that's our bad. Just try and speak a bit louder, I guess. Oh, you're at 200p my end. So yeah, so the plan today, boys, we're not going to be on mega long, but we've got a few kind of exciting things we want to talk about. The first thing is I actually went to see Batman, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Batman. We spoke about this it's 2 weeks ago now, and spoiler alert, I fell asleep. The second thing we're going to talk about is and then we're going to cover a couple of MMO bits. So New World, Lost Ark. Again, there's some cool stuff happening. So there's the New World roadmap, there's the Lost Ark, mainly the PvP season. There's a new raid and things, but I think what we're excited about is PvP season. And there's a new MMO that we kind of looked at a couple of days ago. Other creators are starting to cover it now, which is amazing. It's a game called Throne and Liberty. So we'll watch the trailer together, or listen to the trailer, and yeah, have a bit of a talk about that, because that's super cool. So anyway, yeah, long story short, we went to see Batman. Mitzi's daughter Zara went for a sleepover at a friend's, and it was like the first time in like 2 years it was just me and Mitzi. So we went to the cinema. And yeah, we went to see Batman. There's a really cute little cinema like in the marina near us. So it's not like one of these huge mega cinemas. It was really cute, really like sweet little cinema. Very, very expensive popcorn, very, very expensive drinks. But standard cinema stuff at this point though. But yeah, we went to see Batman, but it didn't start till 8. And what day did we go to cinema? She can't remember either. But I was doing stuff all day. I was like working and whatnot during the day. So we got there at 8. Obviously the trailers and stuff for all the other films coming out, which have Morbius in there. Oh, it's really funny because we were in the cinema. I was seeing the trailers that we were talking about on stream recently. So I was like, oh shit, love it. And yeah, the film. I won't give too much away, but it was long, and I've made a few jokes about it because it reminds me of, I don't know, it's like if you were forced to watch and read all of New World's lore, you would probably at some point feel like, okay, this is a bit long, it's a little bit tedious. I felt like that with Batman. Shaq's in it as well, a lot of filler. So I felt like there was a lot of story in there, which is really cool on one sense, especially for, you know, kind of big fans of Batman. But again, I don't want to say too much if people haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I fell asleep. I was tired, to be fair. So there was good action, good stuff to watch, but then there was a lot of lore in there, a lot of storytelling. So I don't know. You haven't seen it yet, have you? You got kind of cock blocked by the cinema. They just didn't let you in.
Yeah, because I was with my little brother, and he's 12 years old. And they checked the ID, and we're like, well, my dad was there too. He's with the parents. And
is it like do you say it's a 15, isn't it? Sorry, Batman's 15.
Yeah, need to be 15 over. Yeah, from the sounds of like Batman, like what you watch, it sounds like the first one too, like with Christian Bale. Like that's how I felt like with his Batman, like the first one, but like it kind of like picked up later on.
Yeah,
you know, like it's always like that, the first one trying to introduce everything, like people don't know who Batman is yet.
Yeah,
you know, like in his story.
It was good. Like, don't get me wrong, it was very good. Like, really well made. Some super cool scenes. You know, we were talking about Colin Farrell being Penguin. Like, watching the film and then looking at Penguin, trying to feel. It sounds kind of weird. Not trying to feel Colin, but like trying to, like, you know, experience Colin Farrell through the Penguin's costume was awesome, really. So yeah, I think it was a great movie, and if you have the time, go and see it. But make sure you haven't done like a full day's work and it's not super late at night, because yeah, if you're like me, I'm getting a bit old, man. I'm proper passed out. Oh gosh, are you planning to go and see it again? Are you going to try and see it again, or
yeah, gonna try to see it this time with just me and my wife, and yeah, we'll see. Also, you saw Morbius, like the trailer. It's coming out at the end of the month, so that might be like, you know, I'm more of a Marvel guy, so I might just watch Morbius since you already see I might fall asleep.
maybe you could have a cinema day, man. Do like Batman in like the afternoon, and then Morbius straight after, like the old days, Lord of the Rings. 1, 2, and 3 all in one cinema day. Brilliant.
Pay for one ticket after the other movie. Go to the next.
Sneak in.
Sneaky.
Random question. Have you had breakfast though?
No. I usually try to not eat breakfast now when we do the morning show, because I'm a burpingsman. I keep like burping. I have to mute, and I've been watching our videos, and I look like doing this, and people are like, "Are you about to throw up?" No, I'm trying to burp.
I was going to lead on to a really random topic, and I was talking about it with Mitzi this morning. I am like I'm terrible for sugar, right? I didn't sleep well last night for the first time in my life. Like my tooth's hurting, and I'm like, what? I'm a bad eater. Like yesterday, Mitzi and Zara went out. Mitzi had a photo shoot. She went with Zai, and I'm a bad eater. I had 2 bags of crisps, chocolate, Coke, just all the shit. It was really bad, and I was just like, what am I doing with my life? You know, I can't be doing this. So not too long ago, my auntie showed me something called what I ordered it this morning. Let me just remind myself what it was.
Kind of beats the purpose of being healthy as a vegetarian too, right? If you're eating that many sweets, yeah, you're not eating meat, but if you're eating like that many sweets and chips, it kind of equalizes that.
Yeah, so I mean, typically I'm not a veggie to be healthy because I'm like I'm a terrible eater. You know, I love pizza, I love chocolate, I love bad food, I really do. But I've always said to people like, I'm not addicted to sugar. I'm not. Like, I can stop when I want, but I can't. I fucking love it. I love it. So my auntie showed me something. It's called Killer Vanilla. It's like I don't know if they've got a picture on my order here, but anyway, do you remember like if you got a cold or something? There's like these like sticks. I think they're like Vicks sticks. You can sniff it, and it's supposed to clear your nose and help you breathe better. I don't know if you've seen them or not. It's kind of a weird thing.
I used to have them as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. You have them as a kid. So now they've like, it's this thing called Killer Vanilla. They're giving all this stuff about how it tricks the brain, and you basically sniff this thing like a Vic. Yeah, like this thing. There's the picture of it. You can't really see it, but there's the picture. It looks kind of weird out of context, but you kind of like, the smell is supposed to kind of like trick your brain into thinking that you've had the sugar. And it's true. I'm very strange. I'll sometimes go to the fridge. I'll open the fridge door. I'm like, I really want some like chocolate or something. I want something. And then I'll just sit there and look in the fridge and I'll be like, okay, I'm done. And I'll close the fridge and I'll come back to gaming. So I think it might work. So anyway, I bought it to try and help. But we were talking about it because Zara had Nutella on toast today. And I was like, I remember my mum telling me how bad Nutella is. It's for you and just the world. So we did a bit of Googling. I don't know. Do you eat Nutella?
I eat a lot of Nutella. So does my wife. I eat Nutella by itself. Like I would get a spoonful of it. Like,
so, mate, this is the start of the article. Everybody loves Nutella, whether it's on your toast, biscuits, or you just eat it straight from the jar with a spoon. Mitzi was like, you do that? So you do that as well? Well, you like a bit of Nutella from the jar?
Yeah, I just get a spoonful of it, sometimes 2.
Oh man, yeah. So apparently it is. I mean, I've known that it's bad, but I didn't really know kind of how bad it really is. I don't want to go too off topic. We want to talk about gaming and fun stuff, but I thought this was just really interesting. So there was this article here on Entertainment Daily. I don't know the website. I know nothing about this website. It could be completely fake, but I've read and I've heard about it a lot in the past. So it says here, what makes Nutella so bad? Let's look at the ingredients that are printed on the side of the jar: sugar, palm oil, hazelnuts, cacao, milk, soy lecithin, and vanillin. Mate, this here, talking about like Marvel and all that, it sounds like it's a villain. So this thing here, this vanillin, this isn't a stress reliever and mood enhancer from Madagascar. This is the artificial flavor made entirely from chemicals devised in a lab to trick your taste buds into believing it's the real thing. It tastes and smells like vanilla, but couldn't be more different.
I think they just use regular vanilla.
Yeah, it's got to be a cost factor, right?
Jack, I have to
Probably. Because I'm like, why do they call it vanilla? And I'm like, isn't that supposed to be vanilla? Like, that scares the shit out of me.
Shaq, thanks for the prime, man. Another controversial ingredient is palm oil. It's saturated fat. So palm oil is apparently like destroying rainforests. I don't want to get too deep into like saving the planet. I did that the other day of my McDonald's discussion. I had a paper straw, but a plastic lid and a plastic spoon. Fuck your paper straws, man.
I was thinking, like, imagine they give you a paper straw, and like halfway through eating your straw, a spoon, your spoon like starts going soggy.
Oh jeez, I was just like, I was so disappointed. I hate paper straws as it is, but then giving me like this mega plastic spoon, I was like, what are you doing? Anyway, yeah, it was just saying it's blah 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 blah. Is also difficult to digest and can increase toxicity levels. Blah blah blah. The method of getting this is common to cooking oil, which involves massive deforestation, which threatens the survival of wildlife like orangutans. It was just well worth a quick chat. 2 tablespoons of Nutella contains 200 calories. 2 tablespoons, man. I eat like a lot.
This scares me because there was times like, especially when it's almost done. That's my favorite part of the jar, because then some of the stuff hardens on the side. It feels like it's real chocolate. It's like crispy now, you know. And
Yeah.
and I would finish the whole jar when it's like close to being done. Oh no.
Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd talk about that because yeah, it was just interesting. We were talking about it, and I was thinking to myself, how can I be less bad? So I'll let you know how my killer vanilla goes. I'll do some on the stream. I'm like, I crave it. What did I have this morning? I went for Marmite on toast. Anyway, sorry, completely random discussion there, but yeah, be careful if you're thinking about having some Nutella, boys, because it's fucking horrendously bad. And I've known it for a while. I have known this for a while, and part of me is like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I'm still young. But yeah, I didn't sleep last night because my tooth was hurt, and I'm feeling fucking just fat and unfit and just disgusting. So I was like, right, how bad actually is this stuff? And Mitzi brought it up. So yeah, it's terrible. It's really bad for you. So I know you said your wife loves it. So
She loves it, man. She's got a sweet tooth as well, but like I'm trying to like control her with that, and because I'm trying to actually like save her life, because it's in her blood to have diabetes. So I try to like control her. I'm like, moderation is key. You know, it's okay to have sweet stuff, just don't go all out on it. Cause like she's like, I don't have a sweet problem, and she's eating a tub of ice cream. Next thing you know, she finishes it, and she's like, oh, oops, I'm sorry. I'm like,
oh man. One of the reasons I started giving a shit about sugar was I don't think I'd met you at this point, but I don't know when it was. Probably a couple years ago now. No, year and a bit ago. I don't know. I don't bloody know. Anyway, my auntie got breast cancer, and she, you know, she's doing her thing. She's trying to fight it and all that. But one of the things that she did was completely stopped taking any sugar, and the doctors basically said what you've done is completely kind of fix your body. The amount of shit that you get from anything and everything that you eat, such as Nutella, is just so bad for you long term. So she got this tumor basically before she had any like chemo done or any of that stuff. She basically just stopped eating bad shit, and it kind of what's the right word? It kind of disconnected the tumor from the body and kept it just like on her boob basically, and it really kind of stopped the spread of the cancer just by, because apparently sugar is such a huge fuel for cancer. I have no idea. I didn't have any idea, so I'm just going off what she's taught me. But yeah, it's in everything, and she said it's so hard to not eat sugar because it is in literally every single thing that we have, we eat, we do. I was looking this morning in the cupboard. I was like, there is no fucking way I can stop eating sugar. There's no way. I like my cereal. Boom, chuck a spoonful of sugar on top of the cereal, which is already covered in sugar, but I like the taste. You know, just everything that you do has sugar in it. So yeah, she basically completely stopped it. So yeah. Off topic story. Anyway, do you want to talk a little bit about your stream? I know you kind of touched on it already, but I'm kind of keen, and hopefully the boys are kind of keen to know where you're going with things. Obviously, each week we're doing our little podcast. It's good fun. We're talking about random shit like sugar and gaming and Marvel, but you haven't been streaming lately. We both haven't been on Discord as much because we've been working hard and trying to do our thing. Do you want to tell us a little bit about? Do you want to give us a little teaser, a little spoiler of what you're planning to do?
Sure.
And this is gonna make you commit, man. You can't not do it at this point. Now. It's live, man.
Yep. I spent a lot of money on it too, so like I can't just like. It's not one of those things like, oh, I spent money. I can still use it for fun on the side. No, the money I spent is literally just gonna be for a stream because like a lot of it is like graphics and for production and stuff. But yeah, cool. So I've always dreamed of turning my stream into basically like a show. It's heavily inspired by Dr. Disrespect. He keeps saying on his stream.
By the doc.
He keeps saying in the stream before, like, there's so many content or ways of streaming out there that hasn't been touched or hasn't been done. And everyone seems to be like doing like the same thing over and over again, which is going to be hard for people because it's kind of like a lot of ticket at that point, you know, like Summit made his like stream like famous because he's one of the OGs, right? But if he's like if he was to start over again, would it have like the same outcome or impact? But anyways, that really inspired me to like think outside the box, like what can I do? And yeah, basically I'm turning my stream into a show. Like I'll have a schedule like for Lost Ark and New World eventually when I go back full time again on New World, right? Where I have a schedule like, all right, this hour is for this like segment or content, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of skits. So I will have like I'm gonna look the same every day on stream, like a cartoon character or an anime character or like a TV show host. I'm gonna have like the same suit, same type of like a shirt with my mask on and all of that. And yeah, so I'm gonna do some skits. Like what I said, it's heavily inspired by Dr. Disrespect, you know. And I don't want to spoil too much because like there's a lot going on with it, like with my own like themed music as well, of course. Nice. And like like what I said, for every activity that I do, the stream, the setup will revolve around that activity. So the RP feel for the show and the vibe will be fully set up for the audience. So yeah, it's I'm excited.
Cool,
it's taking a lot of time. It's taking a lot of time. Yeah. That's why I haven't been in Discord. Yesterday, it really hurts me that we're hanging out there, and I'm like, I have to go. Because I have to do this. If I don't get out of Discord, I'm gonna keep getting sidetracked because everyone has something so interesting to say or interesting to watch in their streams in Discord. And yeah,
that's a nice way of saying we talk a lot of shit, El. Thanks, man. I appreciate that shit.
Interesting shit.
No, dude, I won't ask too much more because I'll end up, prodding for spoilers, but that's awesome, man. That's really, really cool. Figurine, Seraphim, Vanis, Masso, good to see you, boys. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so on to this new game that we found. It's been covered by a few bigger creators now. I've had a few guys send through. Asmongold's been looking at this, for instance, and it's kind of ticking the boxes. It's one of those kind of games that we don't want to get too excited about. It's releasing in 2022. We don't know when. It's been in development for years, so there's parts of it that looks absolute trash, but other parts of it that looks fucking wonderful. So it's really cool, and it's kind of got a bit of a history there. It's from a developer called NC Soft, and when we watched this on stream for the first time, people were like, "Ugh, no, not them, run away!" And apparently got kind of a bit of a bad history. But I don't know too much about them, and I don't know too much about the history of the game. What I do know is that this game looks like it has massive PvP battles, which is a tick for us. It has massive PvE, which is another tick, and it has massive PvEVP, which is like the tick. The combat looks like it's got we don't know anything yet, but it looks like it's like a mix of tab targeting with like action combat. So I don't know if you were in the stream when we found this out, Earl, but one of the biggest things they were talking about is it's heavily what's the right way of saying it? It's basically the environment like heavily influences everything that you do. So if it's windy, let's say, one of the biggest things that I heard about and I was really excited about was that if it's windy and the wind's blowing to the left and you shoot your bow and arrow, your arrow is going to fly off to the left.
Okay.
So it's not just going to have like, one for a better term, bullet drop. It's gonna pull to the left or pull to the right depending on the wind. And for example, if you're playing a mage and you're using lightning, if it's not raining, you get one lightning bolt. You like lightning bolts. If it's raining, you get multiple lightning bolts, which then turns your attack into like an AoE damage because lightning's heavily affected by water. So yeah, it's got some really cool things to it. I guess it's kind of I'm kind of on the edge, a bit like Ashley Creation. Promising a lot. Whether they'll deliver, who fucking knows? A lot of companies are not delivering on their promises and the hype from trailers and stuff. But do you know anything about this? Have you seen anything about this yet?
No, the first time I actually saw it was from your stream.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or from your video in YouTube is what I meant. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So the game's called Throne and Liberty. It's come from another game. I think people know it as TL, I believe, which was in development for years, kind of as a Lost Ark vibe. So it was kind of isometric, kind of top-down type MMO. But they've since changed it, so it's kind of like New World, one for a better term. It's your third person. But I thought we could watch the trailer together and have a quick chat about it and see what you think, get your reaction on it. But this is something I'm pretty hyped for, to be honest. I'm pretty good at hyping up games within the community. New World wasn't a bad hype, man. We had a really good time. I really hyped. I remember I really hyped up Atlas back in the day. I think we spoke about this a lot now, and the boys wanted to just like kick my ass because it was such a bad release. So I'm not hyping up games too much anymore. I'm just saying, look, here it is. I'm gonna try it when it comes out. You want to join me? Let's do this. But
Speaking of Atlas, I was watching your stream about a week ago, and you were talking about Atlas and like how like a lot of like trailers now shows you like a game, right? And then the release, it's like the game is so far from it, and you watch like videos from Atlas where it's just like, what is this game?
So bad. Yeah,
it was so funny
bad.
though. It was so funny, like the way that was made. But I can't imagine like being on the release of Atlas, so hyped for it, and going in the game and saying like, what is this
yeah. I mean, we couldn't even get in the servers for about like 3 days. I remember sitting in for 2 hours. People were getting to that 1 hour 55 minute mark, saying, Dan, if I don't get in the next minute, I'm fucking uninstalling this game. I'm getting my money's back. Josh, I remember me and Josh went past that 2 hour mark, and people were dropping off like flies. They're like, nah, man, I'm uninstalling. I'm going down. Sorry to let you down, bro, but I'm out of here. So I'm hoping, this trailer looks like it's got gameplay in it. It looks good. As of anything, I'm a sucker for an epic an epic cinematic. We were talking. I was talking with Banana Order was on Discord yesterday, and we were talking about. Have you seen the trailer for Arc 2? Oh,
Arc 2?
Yeah. Did you play the original Arc?
I played the original Arc. I think I saw it like sometime.
It's a long time ago now. Yeah. It's got freaking Vin Diesel in it, man. It's like this epic trailer. You got the Jurassic Park vibes, and then all of a sudden, Vin Diesel's character comes out, and he's like, swear to God, he's like riding a T-Rex or some shit. It was hilarious, man. I was like, oh my God, and it just got me so hyped about the game because the trailer was cool as fuck, you know. Whether you like Vin Diesel or not, it doesn't matter. It was cool as shit, and when I think around that time we went back to play Ark. It's so shit. People, forgive me for you guys out there who love Ark. You know, props to you for playing it, but it is so shit. It's like I don't know, man. I just couldn't get on with it. But yeah, hopefully Ark 2 is glorious.
I actually kind of like enjoyed it when I was playing Ark, but I didn't have anyone to play it with. That was like the problem, you know. Like I felt alone with dinosaurs. but yeah, like it has its up and downs, I guess. Like for its time, it was great in my opinion.
Yeah, and the concept's amazing. Like it's you know, probably a lot of us are Jurassic Park fans, so that's like that for me anyway. You know, that was what I got excited by. And I remember playing a game called The Isle a little bit. That's where you're actually the dinosaurs and you're running around and you can make like you know, packs of raptors and all this stuff. Cool, there's cool shit out there. We were talking a lot yesterday. There's just, you know, there's games out there that are hooking our attention. New World, Lost Ark, of course, for us, but there's still parts of these games that are just not, I don't know, it's really hard to really get into a game anymore. I don't know. I won't talk too much about it. Let's watch this trailer. This looks fucking ace. Hopefully I'll get the sound volumes correct. But yeah, this is the trailer for Throne and Liberty.
Let's go.
Stop that there. Sorry, I need to just have a quick look at this. Yes. Yes. I've seen it. I'll talk about it. What do you think, man?
Yo, I hope that was the siege, the last part. I hope that is a war, like the PvP, like war.
Yeah.
You know, like control for settlement type of stuff. This reminds me of a game that I used to play called Perfect World.
Okay.
It was an MMO, really like fantasy like, but like I'm looking at the UI as well. This feels like this feels like New World as well. Because like I'm looking at the skills on the right side, you have like 4 or 5 skills that you have, and then you have like your regular bar, and it seems pretty like action based, not like click and casting. I might be wrong, but yeah, it looks cool. The boss fights as well, like in Perfect World they have that too. They would have events where they would just randomly spawn a boss, and you'll have hundreds of players. And I didn't care back for some reason back then. I didn't mind lag because it was super laggy. You know? That's 1,000 players at one area, but like it didn't disconnect. Like we didn't disconnect. It was just lagging. But even then, like it's just a cool experience. So I hope that this game looks really good. That's all I can say.
Yeah, so Josh said it's fantastic. Looks like newer graphics. So it looks like it's got a very beautiful environment. There's some really cool, you know, the visuals are nice. You know, it looks good. It feels good. Yeah. I don't think it is definitely not on the Lumberyard engine. Well, I say definitely not. Like I know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it isn't. But some of the stuff that I do know, which has got me excited about it, and typically when I see something that's, oh yeah, that's cool, whatever. Yeah, as we spoke about, the environment affecting everything looks really cool. These parts here, so I do believe that it's somewhat tab targeted. So if you look at all this, everyone's abilities are all attacking the same place on the boss. Whereas if it was kind of like that action combat, you would see a lot of missing and stuff. But if you look on these bosses, yeah, everyone's hitting the same spot, which is fine. I'm not too fussed. But this bit here is really wild. So I'm assuming that again, maybe I'm wrong here, but these symbols above the players' heads would represent their clan or their guild. So we've got 2 different ones here. We've got these wolf guys, and then I don't know what is it, a flower or some shit. And if you have a look, there are players that are attacking other players, and then there are players that are attacking the boss. So it's hard to see, but there are moments through these boss fights where people are attacking each other as well as attacking the boss. So I think it's exactly what I wanted for New World, whereas it's that, you know, that epic mega boss that spawns somewhere. They're clearly fighting each other, and here they're clearly fighting each other, but at the same time people can kill each other while fighting the boss. Just wild. Yeah, so the other cool thing that I saw was they said that there'll be these massive bosses, and it's just, you know, kill the boss and have some fun. But there's a part in their dev blog where they spoke about how a certain number of players really need to understand the mechanic to actually take down this boss. So if you see on this sandworm, reminds me of Dune, part of his, I guess, shell breaks away. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, so that's why I scrolled back to have a look, because I believe, maybe what I'm hoping is that maybe there's parts of the bosses that you can choose to attack or whatever, and you gotta, you know, work your way through some basic mechanics. And they said that that's what's going to happen. If there's 100 people fighting, a majority of the players have to know the mechanics of how the boss works. Otherwise, you're gonna wipe on him. And you can see it here. The shell breaks away. So whether that's part of it or not, I don't know. But you can see there, and then like his body's more open. Figuring says there's not much content to it. Dude, there are more bosses in this trailer than there are on New World. There is more variety in this trailer than there is on New World. There is freaking siege battles that are actual freaking castles. Don't get me wrong, man. I am a lover of New World. It has done me great, and I'm going to be playing it forever. But for me, for what I want from a game is player versus player with some mega shit going on. You know, this big sandworms popped out and we're all fighting each other, you know, beating each other up while fighting this mega sandworm. So again, it's just a trailer, but from what I see, it's got the kind of the concept of what I'm after from a game. So yeah. I kind of wanted to show you guys this because it's looking pretty exciting.
It's really like a bit too early to know how much content there's gonna be, you know, and all of that. But it's a theme. It's the idea of the world and the game that makes this trailer amazing, in my opinion. You know, like seeing like the siege, how it was fought, and just like seeing this like massive boss fights and PvP, PvE, you know, it looks interesting to me.
Havana says sounds like a mess if they make PvP, but dude, it is like an epic mess. If you have like these big dudes, you know, these dudes, whatever, just smashing up the world, and in the distance you can see the enemy and you can fight them. You got to choose to fight the player or fight the boss. It is like an epic mess. It is like the best mess, man. So cool. This could be a big flop, man. This could not even come out this year. This could get nowhere. It could be the worst fucking game ever. But definitely something to keep on our horizons for sure, because it has the recipe for greatness, you know.
I agree with Vanis there, because I think like these type of games have been like a lot of, I'm pretty sure a lot of developers has imagined like a giant universe like this with like so many players doing like either PvP or PvE or PvPvE, you know. But can you make it work having all of us in the same area? That's the question, because like that's the biggest problem of New World, right? Like when we're at war, it's always laggy. When we're in open world fighting each other, we literally crash the servers, you know. Like can they make it work?
Yeah, so Shaggy mentions BDO's done it before. I think Lineage has done something similar as well. It's been done in the past. It's the same with everything, you know. The games that have had it done and whatnot, we've kind of played them. We're you know, typically done with them. It's nice that this looks, you know, this sort of scene here, it looks good. There's parts of it that obviously look pretty bad. Like look at the texture on the floor. It's not great, but you know, everything that's kind of come together, it looks nice. Like it looks good. But yeah, I don't know too much about it yet. There's not much information out there. There's just this trailer. So if you Google Throne and Liberty, you can find a dev blog. But again, not too much info out there yet. So this is something I just wanted to touch on. Fucking cool trailer. Recipe for greatness. Please don't fuck it up. And yeah, we'll take a look at this again in the coming weeks, I guess. We'll just keep eyes on, because it's everything that, you know, I would want from a game, really. So we'll keep eyes on. Do you want to tell us a little bit about so Lost Ark? Right, Lost Ark is still amazing. There's still huge players. I think there's still 500,000 people playing concurrently on a daily basis. Blah 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 blah. Still doing very well. I'm definitely finding myself not wanting to log in as much, and I think the reason is because again, my personal want is those big battles. So I'm doing my dailies. I haven't been doing them last week because I was filming and all that sort of shit. So I'm doing my dailies every day in the preparation that you know, Realm v Realm will come out, or 16 versus 16 guild battles will come out, and I can join in with the boys whether we win or lose. You know, I'm trying to trying to keep up there. But the latest thing is the PvP season 1 started, right?
Yeah, it's
Well,
about to
starting.
start.
Okay.
Yeah, it's starting. Yeah. So on Thursday, when things reset, because every Thursday, around I think it's 10 o'clock our time or 11. Doesn't really matter because during those times the server is down anyway for maintenance. So yeah, that's when it usually restarts, and they're gonna release the first season of PvP. I do agree with you though. The game has been lacking a lot of PvP because right now it's all PvE, and the only PvP that we have is just like basic arena where we gain literally nothing
Yeah.
from it. So it's not fun. But the Guild v Guild will eventually be there. They're starting with the season 1 arena for 3v3 right now, which I'm really excited for because that's the main content that I love in the game. But yeah, so I saw like a Lost Ark pay to win. It's always like a kind of like a comment in chat, and I'm gonna agree with you that right now they made the mistake of releasing it in the West as pay to win, because the way it just works, it's just too hard to get to a certain level of eye level to unlock some of the content. So um Smilegate actually stepped in and they started doing meetings now together with AGS, which I love because right
Gold River.
after right after they did that, they made all these announcements that's gonna make the game not pay to win, because it's supposed to be pay to progress, right? For people who doesn't have a lot of time, because the whole idea of the game is respect people's time.
Yeah.
That's why if you don't log in, they will give you a bonus reward, and that's how it is right now. But they're changing it so people will have more access to more honing materials,
Okay.
because it's all about like just doing content, depositing all those materials. Sometimes you get lucky, you can get the honing upgrade at like 15-20%, right? But you have to think of it as, all right, I'm in the end game. In order to progress, I need to just keep on playing and then deposit all these honing materials and then get up. But the problem is when they released it, there was not a lot of ways of getting the honing materials. We're missing half of the content that's already released in Korea and Russia for us to be able to progress, and that is why it became pay to win. Because if you want to like keep pushing forward, you have to spend money to get those extra stuff, and it fucked up the market too.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about it because my kind of schedule, as it were, was what it is. I log in the mornings on my stream. I'll do my dailies, and I'm really far behind on some of the other boys in the clan. I think Vez is kind of up there at the top at the moment, but I think he's got at least a second ult in tier 3 already, and his other ults are in tier 2, and it's probably the same with a lot of the boys. It's that kind of mix of, if you don't have a job and if you kind of can game a lot and you can organize your time well, Herc has all of his ults in tier 3. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I don't know how much money people spend, and I don't really care. I think there's two sides to the story. There's one, if you have enough time and you're very good at organizing your time, and when you're in game, you spend your time in game very well, and you're doing it very efficiently, you can keep up without paying anything. You absolutely can, but you got to be like min-maxing every second of your game time, like proper. And what a lot of people don't understand really was, like me, I went with one character. I like my one character because I'm too small brain to do more than multiple. I just can't. I don't like doing it. So I focused on one character, and then I'm doing my ults maybe as and when, whatever. But what a lot of people were doing was bringing up these alt characters at the same time as their main characters, and then they're just all funneling at at the same time. So when you get into tier 3, if you've got 7 characters in tier 3, for example, and you do your dailies every day on these characters, the amount of honing materials you get is fucking huge. There's a lot, right? But
Yeah.
it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of organization, and it's a lot of preparation and organization, and doing the same shit over and over again on multiple characters. And it can be done, and it's the pay to win thing, right? So this is where the pay to win thing comes into, right? So in tier 3, there's no, right, you get to 1500 eye level and that's it. You can go as far as you can go, right?
Yeah.
I think someone mentioned that there's people in the east that are 1600 gear eye level or something, but it's taken them a lot of time and they've spent a lot of money. And there's no like end. Is that right? Do you know anything about that?
No, actually, I'm pretty sure that the cap is 1620, but I'm not sure
Okay.
if we can actually do that on our servers yet. It literally would cost you $20,000-$30,000 to like get to that if you want to like push it really hard with the current situation.
So I think that's
But
where
but
that's
yeah.
where like the pay to win element comes in, right? Because at the moment, if I have 50 grand spare and I spend a shitload of money, I can get much further in the game than you, which ultimately in the open world and in guild v guild, I get an advantage, right? I will, because I use that gear.
Well, once you get to like 1400 to 1500, like 100 eye level difference isn't much.
But it's still
You
it's
know,
a difference though, right?
it's a difference, but
Yeah.
it's not much where you're gonna feel like a big difference. Like once you get to this level in Lost Ark, it's more of like hitting a certain number to unlock certain content.
Okay, because I think that's where a lot of it comes into. Like for me, if I look at it from a distance, and I am currently, because I don't really know too much. If I can spend 50k, I can get my eye level much higher than yours, and if I come across you on an open world PvP island, I have better gear than you, and that's that. Like that is ultimately paying to be better than you.
Yeah.
So that's what I think the argument is, because I can pay money and I can have better gear than you because I get more resources than you, and I think that's the argument that everyone's having.
Yeah. But like right now though, like it won't matter much, because like what content can you really like do to like win against other people aside from like progressing and like leveling up your eye level more?
For sure.
Because
I think it's just it's a topic, man, and we like to hate shit. We
Yeah.
over here, we like to fucking hate shit. I remember when New World was coming out and there was the discussion about, the cash shop, and the fucking internet blew up, man. They were like,
Yeah.
I thought they were outside, AGS studios with pitchforks and shit, ready to burn them at the stake because they shouldn't be bringing a cash shop to this game, and really, really worried about pay to win elements. And I think it's similar with Lost Ark, man. Like you say, there's a lot of fear there that if I play the game and I don't spend money, that other people are going to be better than me. And
it's definitely pay to win right now. Like, I said that the first time I started talking about Lost Ark today. The game is pay to win right now. That is why Smilegate is stepping in, so they can fix that and make it not pay to win.
Try and like even it out. So for us who don't want to swipe, we get a good opportunity to be the same level as someone who does want to swipe. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And opening doors for PvP players to progress with their eye level without actually always doing PvE stuff. So when the rank releases, there's going to be ways where we play PvP for a certain amount of times for the whole week, and then we get rewarded for that, and we can get honing materials from doing that.
That's cool.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm just reading here. So the first season of Competitive Proving Grounds is on its way, where players can battle each other for prestige and rewards. So I'm guessing the rewards would be something like that. You know, I think you mentioned before we started playing, you can get, you know, unique skins from PvP battles. You can do this, but you can also, hopefully, like you're saying, get honing materials from it, so you can level up your character outside of PvP. That's fucking cool.
Yep, I'm excited. Especially if you become Grandmaster, then you'll get like a super unique skin where only 30 people on your server has that. Or I think on your region, actually. I'm not sure if it's on your region or your server.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be cool like walking around like, hey, where the hood, where the hood, where the hood.
I'm absolutely reading all of your opinions in chat, boys. I love it. I love that you're here. I love that you give a shit about this. So we absolutely appreciate it. I think one of the downfalls for me for the start of Lost Ark was that there was a lot of it's kind of like mutations in New World at this point. If you are not online enough, if you do not have the high enough gear, even if you play a lot, you can still fall behind. The chances of you kind of being involved in the content as a like group content isn't really there. It's kind of like M10 mutations. You know, I have to do my grind. I have to go out there now and find other groups to play with. It's very hard to get into a pre-made group or find yourself a pre-made group. So it's quite tough to kind of get involved. And it was a very individual game. I haven't at this point played with anyone apart from a couple of the Abyss raids that we did, and that was fucking fun. That was really, really fun. But parts of gaming that I love at the moment is that it was like I don't know, exploring places like together. So I don't know a good example at this point, but you know, the launch of New World, we kind of all had that goal of taking the territory early on. So you'd be running through the fucking land together, looking for other PvP flagged people at the same time, doing all your PvE stuff. And it was really, really cool start to the game. Whereas Lost Ark has been just rush your ass through that quest line. And you know, for me, the reason I'm still playing it is because at some point there's going to be big PvP. So that 6v6 stuff that we did, the co-op battles, fucking epic, man. Even if I'm shit at the game, it is truly epic. And
it's so much fun. It's so much fun, the PvP in the game.
Yeah, it's amazing. And when you hit a nice combo together, it's really, really awesome. So if they bring out the GVG and allow us, you know, what we've seen in the East is that your guild essentially gets ranked, right? So you have something to work towards. Yeah, so you have something to work towards as a guild at that point, and I think that will bring us together more. At the moment, everyone's off just doing their own thing. There's people on different Discords, and it's kind of super chill. And there's no reason to be playing together, really, apart from getting your daily honing materials. Where a lot of people are like, fuck that. You know, what is the point? I might as well do it on my own. There's no need. So it's in a difficult spot. But I truly believe that when the guild v guild stuff comes out, that's when I'm hoping we'll see a lot of our kind of boys come back and we'll be playing together a bit more, but we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, ultimately I kind of wanted to just touch on competitive PvP coming out. But this is again, right, you queue as a solo?
You queue as a solo. You can't play with your friends, and I think the downside of it is like it's your rank is account wide, so you can't really like play with your other characters that you kind of suck with if you want to practice with them and take them to rank to test yourself, because it's gonna affect your actual rank.
That's cool.
So like, yeah, I hope that they change that. That's the only thing that that I don't like. Is like, I want like certain rank for like certain characters, you know, because like I don't want to make another account just so I can test like, oh, I want to be a paladin this time, but I haven't put in that much practice to grow as a player as a paladin in the game.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm gonna be stuck most likely with War Dancer and Bard on this journey, but But yeah, that's the only like downside that I'm thinking from it. But yeah, I'm excited because I've been talking about this. Like, I'm gonna try to be a grandmaster in the game. I'm gonna be grinding so hard. That's the reason why I only have one character on tier 3 as well. And I'm slowly progressing. Only one other alt. I'm not gonna actually level up all my alts. It's just it's so much work.
Yeah.
It's too much work, and like this is also the reason why some people are quitting, because they paid to win, or they freaking played so much they burned themselves out. Like
Yeah.
people keep doing this. Like, it's like, just enjoy the game. Like River literally said, take your time, enjoy the game. The game is it's a beautiful game.
Yeah. Well, the good things coming. I've seen like a few releases of the Grand Prix and things like that. It's a little bit silly but great fun, and I think the game's going to be amazing. So we're heavily invested in it. I'm heavily invested as a creator as well as like a player. So I'm hoping it does well. Anyway, moving on. Last piece today, boys. Where our kind of journey began, I guess, together. A lot of us here. I see a lot of names in chat where I met you first in this particular game. New World have finally. You probably would have seen it at this point, but New World have finally released their roadmap.
It's so nice.
We've been talking about it a lot on stream, off stream, Discord, all that stuff, and yeah, it's looking good. It is from a distance, it's looking good. There are still parts of New World. I'll say this before we start talking about the good shit. There is still parts of New World that every day make me want to uninstall the game. Fucking hell, man. It pisses me off to the core sometimes playing this game. At the moment, I played yesterday. I played a little bit off stream. I was just playing the game. I am currently running a couple of builds. So I'm bouncing between like a DPS sword shield hammer and a tank. My typical kind of tank build. I'm currently running sword shield ice gauntlet. And the pure reason I'm running ice gauntlet, I don't like doing mutations. I like doing the expeditions, but I like doing them every now and then. I'm not on M10 on anything yet, so I'm not getting my umbral shards that I need to then upgrade my gear with that bollocks. So I'm doing it through OPR, and as a melee player in OPR, it is extremely difficult to be competitive at the moment. There is a lot of dodge rolling going on. There is a lot of light attacks not even hitting. There's a lot of bullshit with the combat. There's a lot of bullshit. However, now I'm running an ice gauntlet. I'm like tripling my score within like 2 minutes of playing the game. So I run in, I get myself a little ice storm out there. Woo, ice storm. I get a lot of assists. Boom. I'm like well up there in the scoreboard, and I just chill. I spend the rest of the game chilling. I don't need to be competitive right now in the game, because what the fuck would I? There's nothing to gain out of it apart from 500 score to get my umbral shards. Win or lose, I don't give a shit. I get my 500 score every day. So I do want to improve myself as a player, but when it is the way it is, I'm not going hard on it. I'm just chilling, because I will punch my screen. Some of the moments that I've had, I get so angry with the game. It's just not working. But yeah, it is what it is. It's getting better. You haven't really played much recently, I don't think. Have you? Oh yeah, you have. You're stuck on a Menti.
I tried to play, and then the game says you can't play with your friends, and I'm now in the server. I look around, Windsor. Where the hell everyone go? There's literally zero player in Windsor. So once they open Barry, I'm gonna start playing again. And if they don't open Barry, like when all this stuff comes out, I'm gonna throw a fit. It's like I have 1 day off a week, and that 1 day off is the time that everyone in our server moved to Barry, and I didn't get to do it. The next day, they closed the gates in Barry. It's like, what is that?
They have told us why. If you guys don't know why, the idea behind it was that they're expecting, I believe, things like this to bring back the population. I think in the latest devlog, what they've said is they are not going to lock any more servers after this because paid transfers are coming out. So if you don't want to sit in a queue for a busy server, you can fucking pay to move. And it's just, I'm hoping they're going to be as brutal and as simple as that. You know, your server got busy, you don't like it, fine, piss off to another server. There's plenty of other servers. I'm hoping they kind of take that pretty savage stance on it. So we'll see. Hopefully you boys will be able to get on soon. I can see see you boys in chat. There's a few of you stuck, but you know, we said this before. If you think that you'll play some of these releases that we're seeing on the screen now, if you think you'll play in the autumn, it might be worth logging in a couple of times a week and just grabbing some orichalcum ready for when you go over to Barry, because it's going at like near on 5 gold a piece at the moment. I'm selling health pots at 11 gold each, man. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, the economy's fine though, boys.
When I come back, I'm gonna be rich. Cause like before I left the New World, I had thousands and thousands of resources in my inventory. I have like a couple of hundred Desmodium that's just sitting there right now, and I'm in the server where there's no one else. So before I move, I'm going to that orichalcum farm, baby. You know, I'm gonna get me like 20,000 Orior.
Get on it, man. Get on it, because it's money making time at the moment, and a lot of us are poor in the game, but there's a lot of people that still own in the top territories and they're buying everything. So you know, a lot of people doing the wars and things. Yeah, I sold like 500 health pots at 11 gold each. Yeah, they were on the market at 8 gold, but you know, when wars coming up, because so many wars, they were just buying it like it's going out of fashion. It was amazing. So yeah. Anyway, we slightly digress there. Canon, what's up, man? Bonds, how's it going? I see you, boys. I see you. So spring, we googled this the other day. Spring actually ends in June. So we have between March, April, May, June. It's like 21st of June is when spring officially ends. So we know Tempest Heart, we know the Blunderbuss is coming in the next few days, hopefully next week, at least before the end of March. So we got at the time of this, yeah, I don't know how many days there are in March, but like 9 days, some shit like that. So these are coming out in the next week and a bit. And then at some point in spring, we got the 3v3 PvP arenas and then the PvP reward track. So
I've been waiting for that for a long time, Dan.
Oh no, man. The only downfall at this point is, number one, of course, it's locked to 3v3. That obviously sucks for everyone. However, at least it's an arena. I'm not gonna shit talk it too much, right? We don't know anything else about the arenas yet. Whether it's, personally, I'm hoping it's a bit like Lost Ark, where it's normalized gear. So you kind of go into a bit of an armory, and if I want to play Lifestar for the first time ever, I'm not gonna have to spend 100,000 gold to get myself good gear. All my freaking humble shards that I need to do to 60. I hope that it's normalized gear. I very much doubt it, because I doubt that they would do something like that for us. But that would be my hope. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be using our current gear, so you just use what you got. And then of course the reward track, which they did kind of touch on in the dev video, saying it's going to be good gear. It sounds silly when I say it out loud, but it is actually going to be shit that you're going to use in PvP. It's not like you're going to get yourself 500 orichalcum ingots to then go and gamble that shit, you know, to get good gear. You are actually going to get some good PvP stuff out of the PvP reward track, so they say. So you're excited about PvP arenas? You're going to come back? You're going to join us on Barry for this at some point?
That's my content right there, man. Like I mean, we hosted 3v3 tournaments within our guild, you know, and our guild is ready for this. But like, my whole build for my character, the Spartan build, is mainly excels on small scale PvP. So I'm very excited to bring my spear back into the 3v3 arenas, and I can see on they will have leaderboards. So I'm guessing on the spring, the 3v3 PvP arenas won't have leaderboards. It's probably going to be kind of like testing for a few months before
Correct.
they
Yeah.
release that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so
It's good that it's
excited.
coming, man. I didn't think it'd be here so soon. I didn't think we'd get them so soon. But my only wish, yeah, is that the arenas are actually like PvP. You know, like when you watch Gladiator or something and you see the boys fighting in the arena, it feels like an arena, not shit. I really hope that they do good. And the one thing that we've always said in New World is that they've done very, very well with their environment and things like that. So fingers crossed we get a good arena, and we get some places to block line of sight, line of sight blocks, and just some cool stuff in the arena that makes it feel like you're there to fuck shit up. You're there to fight, you're there to kill people, not like an arena from PvE, where it looks really nice, but it's just an open grass field. I hope that they bring some cool shit to it. Anyway, so that's spring. Summer.
Throw some tomatoes in there.
Yeah, sitting in the crowd, like betting or throwing shit in there. Yeah, it's like in the gulag in Modern Warfare. You can throw fucking stones down at people that are fighting in the bathroom down there. So summer's looking amazing. This is right up our street. So barnacles and black powder exhibition. Again, not excited about PvE so much, but this has got me excited, especially since I'm assuming this dude here looks like an absolute unit. He's like a proper pirate, man. Look at that dude. Look at that. You got the exhibition group finder in the summer event, so we won't spend too much time talking about this, but what we do know is the exhibition group finder, I believe, is going to start to come out in conjunction with them getting rid of tuning orbs. So tuning orbs will disappear for kind of entry, but you can use the tuning orbs for bonus stuff. So you can essentially get bonus loot if you take in a tuning orb. So that's kind of cool. For someone like me now, our guild isn't playing as much. I'm a bit lonely. I have to search through chat for ages, but hopefully something like a group finder will help lonely people like us actually find a group. So that's kind of cool. And then what do you think the summer event will be?
I'm not sure.
A summer event?
I'm really not sure. Hopefully, there's gonna be like mini games in the game. Like
some cool stuff, yeah.
I'd like to see like mini games, skins as well. Like show us some skin, like actual skin in the game, some bikinis. Since I'm just kidding.
Well, they're there. You just got to take your clothes off, man. It's fine. You just got one beige color though. That's it. I'm hoping from the picture that we've got here that we're going to get some sort of festival. Like the one thing in the game, there is like no atmosphere in any of the towns or things. There's no like music popping off, and going to the tavern and it's deadly boring. Compared to talking about chat about Lost Ark there. When you go into a Lost Ark tavern, there's sound, there's feeling. I did it on Assassin's Creed Valhalla the other day. You're going through this place and it just feels epic. New World lacks all of that shit, so I'm hoping they bring out. Again, I'm all about the PvP arenas and stuff, but to bring it to life and bring the game a bit more. There's like a festival, there's some music playing, there's just a cool place to hang out, more than Windswood. Some shit like that would be nice.
A beach scene, pool scene, like stuff like that.
Fucking festival, man. I want a festival.
Yeah.
Anyway, summer's looking epic, and a few people have said this isn't much for the whole year, but I can kind of agree. But at the same time, I would be happy with half of this, as long as the game was working like as it's intended to work. So if they put 80% of their energy into fixing the shit that's broken, and then 20% into this new content, that's all I'm about. So Brimstone Sands, have you seen Brimstone Sands yet, El?
I have not seen Brimstone Sands. I've saw some like leaks online and YouTube where they like show kind of like the world in it, but I didn't see much yet. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically if you boys go out there and you Google Brimstone Sands territory, if you type in Danneh as well, you can give me a view and give me some pennies on my video. But there's people broke through the barriers essentially and got into Brimstone Sands and had a look around. So it's kind of cool. It's just like a desert territory, and obviously leaderboards are huge. We're not going to see them to the end of the year. New weapon, the Greatsword, fucking amazing.
Oh, I'm ready for that.
So this is pretty big. So for me, it's the leaderboards, the Greatsword, and the new territory. I think at the end of the year, maybe they'll do like a big winter push and bring back people into the game. And this, if they do this right and everything's released right, this is going to be amazing. The one thing that really kind of made me sad on this whole thing was this. Everyone hates me for it. Anyone I spoke to, they're like, damn, what's your problem, man? Like, what is your problem? But it's the Turkulon event. Turkulon.
What is Turkulon?
Oh,
like the
dude.
turkey, the giant turkey.
It's the giant turkey, yeah. So I initially thought that was like a bug in the game. You know, I thought, oh shit, someone's found the giant turkey and it's a bug and it's not supposed to be there. But anyway, yeah, it was supposed to be there. It was an event. It was blah blah blah. But after watching, you know, we've been watching Throne and Liberty today, and you know the bosses that we're getting in here. These look at how fantastic it is. When we get to the big bit here, you know, these big dudes, it's just amazing. When I want an event in New World, like an open world event, I was expecting like a big corrupted beast or something that you know makes me feel epic when I destroy it. But
not a giant fucking turkey.
But I think Benji's got a great video here. This is Turkulon. You know, this is what we got.
A big giant cock.
Oh man! So I was actually pretty disappointed when I read that was going to be a thing, and that like actually made the roadmap, because I was like, bro, come on, man, bring me this epic, you know, this epic feeling that, you know, I'm getting when I'm watching these. You know, Guild Wars back in the day, you know, these mega dragons, and just very, very cool. Turkulon, man, please, whoever made this decision, I love you, but please come on, make it like a mega corrupted turkey that fires eggs at you. No, I don't know, man. I was just pretty disappointed in that, but everything else on this is amazing, and I think you know, if it gets delivered correctly and it's all looking awesome, yeah, it's gonna be great.
Cool things you can do with that. They can obviously execute like spawning a giant creature randomly in a part of a map. Why the turkey? You know why? There's so many cool stuff in the game.
Yeah, I can see the boys chatting about raids as well. That absolutely is something that I think that they gotta be thinking about it, because it's such a big part, like, of any MMO. Is the PvP is obviously one side of it, and that needs to be amazing.
Is there talks on it?
There is talks on it, yeah, but I don't think it's something that they will do for a long time, because all of the expeditions are built around 5 players. You know, the only one that isn't, obviously, at the moment is Tempest High. Feels harder, and it feels like it has more mechanics than the rest, but they're not built for 25 players, so it would be awesome to see big raids coming into the game. But whether we'll see them or not for a while, I don't know. So maybe next year, maybe they can bring all this out and they can make the game work, and we'll get 3v3 arenas, and then they'll make 5v5, 10v10, new outpost rush maps, good PvP, actual good PvP arenas, good PvP rewards, leaderboards that are fucking meaningful and make you come back to the game. And I don't know, there's a lot of cool shit coming out, and I'm fucking hyped for it, because I love the game, and I'm invested as a player and a creator as well. So same as Lost Ark.
We all know this inside our heart, even though we have, like, some people have hate for the game. We all know it's gonna be Lost Ark, and in the very end, we just gotta give it some time. And this right here is what I've been waiting for, man. Like, these announcements. Now just make it work when it comes out.
It's the start of it, so yeah, fingers crossed they deliver it and it all works, and there's no more, like, you know, the PvP reward track doesn't come out and people dupe all the rewards and shit like that. You know, if all of that gets delivered correctly and it's awesome, then, you know, I've been watching socials, people are looking at this and I'm like, oh fuck me, okay, this is actually looking pretty good. So I think people will start to look to come back, especially when the leaderboards come out at the end of the year and the new territory. So yeah, it's looking good. So that's basically it, boys. That's wrapping up our little Pirates Parley podcast. Earl, thank you so much for joining me again. We'll hang out on for about 5-10 minutes afterwards if you guys want to have a quick chat. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me, Earl. If you would like, let people know where they can find you in the future when you're up and running with your stream.
Earlmeister on everything, twitch.tv/Earlmeister, YouTube/Earlmeister, Twitter/Earlmeister, everything Earlmeister.
Easy peasy. And yeah, that's it, boys. Thank you so much for joining, all of you in chat. Thanks for coming in and talking rubbish. I love you all. And of course, thank you to my current sponsors, so Sneak, Null, and NordVPN. They're kind of, it helps me a lot, and you guys being in chat allows us to get these sponsors. So big love, and we'll see you very